Friends, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. We are living in very special times as we are watching Israel, along with the USA, fighting evil incarnate. This week we celebrated Purim, where we witnessed the destruction of Haman of his time, the arch enemy of the Jew, try to bring all the Jews down. In the same place where right now the war is happening in Iran, ancient Persia. And we want to wish for all the people in Israel and all the countries around that are being targeted by Iran to be safe, and the evil regime should fall apart, be broken. The source of so much of the problems in the world today that we Jews are facing, and many other. And hopefully this will usher in a new era and bring us to the coming of Mashiach quickly in our days. And we're reading in this week's Torah portion, Parsha's Tisa. We continue reading about the Mishkan, the construction of the Mishkan. It's the third of 5 portions dedicated to the holy abode, the holy temple, which God willing when Mashiach will come, we'll get our third temple in Jerusalem on the Temple Mount. We look forward very soon for that day. And not only will we not have to destroy, but the Muslims will take apart their dome and mosque for the temple to be built there, because the whole world will recognize God, the one God, the God of the world, who has awarded the Jewish people this great temple. And in this week's portion, in the last item that the Torah tells us about the temple, the Kiyor and the Kano, we are told about the Jewish people having to make a basin, a wash basin, with its base, so that the Kohen who serves in the temple has to wash their hands and their feet every time they go into the temple. Something very fascinating about this copper-made piece, which was placed outside of the sanctuary, and every day all the Kohanim had to wash their hands and their feet. It was actually made for 4 people to use at the same time. As the beginning there were 4 Kohanim. And what is fascinating is that it was made from copper of the women's mirrors that the women used in Egypt to be able to keep the Jewish people going when their husbands were broken by the slavery and by that constant feeling of nothing good is coming forward. Our lot as the Jewish people is only going to get worse and worse. But the women had great faith, and they wanted to donate their mirrors to the Mishkan. This is what kept the Jewish people alive. And Moshe wasn't actually excited about accepting it. Mirrors that were used to make themselves look beautiful, to attract their husbands. Why should we bring that into such a holy place? And God said, no, this is very important to me. They shone beautifully. And what's very fascinating is, in the Torah, this is the last piece of the Mishkan that we're told about. But in reality, when the Kohanim, the priests, went to serve in the temple every day, this was the first thing that they met and they interacted with, was this wash basin. And here we see how the irony of life is, sometimes the things that seem so unimportant, maybe just a utility, is the last thing that we're told about. It doesn't seem like it has great significance, but in real life, it becomes the most important thing. You can't even go into the temple without using this basin. So too it is in life. It's the mitzvahs, the actions, the customs that sometimes seem unimportant. And they definitely cannot be the basis and foundation of a strong Jewish life and Jewish future. God is telling us sometimes those are the things that are the real foundation. That's why we're told not to measure what's important, what's not important. If it's given to us by God and the Torah and the rabbis have instructed us about it, it is important. That's how we have to treat everything. And when we engage in everything, feeling that they're all important because to God it's important, then we're able to connect to God in a way that is unmatchable. So I want to wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom. Let's keep the spirit of Purim going. Let's wish our great soldiers, pilots, Navy who are fighting the battle lots of success and great victory for Israel, the Jewish people, and the entire free world and world of eradicating evil once and for all. So Shabbat Shalom. May God bless you. We love you all. Candlelighting time Montreal, 5:30 p.m. And don't forget this Saturday night, Daylight Savings Time begins.